Hey, picture this. It's a crisp October afternoon in a little coffee shop in Portland, Oregon, the kind of place where the air smells like roasted beans and wet leaves, and every table's packed with folks escaping the drizzle. In the corner, there's Jack Carter, a guy in his mid-30s, looking like he hasn't slept in a decade, his old denim jacket slung over the chair, watching his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, scribble with half-broken crayons. She's drawing these colorful little families, always with a mom who's got a different hair color every time, like she's trying to fill in a blank she doesn't quite understand. Then the door swings open, and in walks Claire Montgomery, all polished in a tailored coat, radiating that kind of confidence that makes heads turn. She doesn't head for the fancy reserved seats up front, no. She walks straight to Jack's table, her voice cutting through the chatter like a warm knife through butter. "Jack, you remember me, don't you?" His face goes red, like he's been caught stealing, and the whole place goes quiet, like the air itself is holding its breath. See, Jack wasn't always the guy loading boxes onto delivery trucks at 4 a.m., his back screaming, his bank account barely covering Lily's school supplies. Back in college, at some Ivy League school he doesn't like to name drop, he was the golden boy top of his finance class, professors calling him the next big thing, Wall Street firms throwing job offers at him like confetti. He could break down market trends like a poet reading the stars, and his presentations? They left people speechless. But then life happened. He fell hard for a girl, married young, had Lily, thought he'd found his forever, until she left no warning, just a note saying she wasn't cut out for their quiet life. That betrayal didn't just break his heart, it broke him. He missed interviews to change diapers, traded boardrooms for warehouse shifts, and buried his degree in a drawer somewhere, a ghost of who he thought he'd be. Lily, thuffs his world. She doesn't know her dad was once a star. To her, he's just the guy who tells silly bedtime stories and somehow always finds a buck for new crayons, even when the rent's late. Claire, on the other hand, is a whole different story. At 30, she's the queen of a tech empire that stretches across continents, her name on magazine covers, her net worth a number most folks can't even dream of. But it wasn't handed to her. She clawed her way up, turning her dad's small investment firm into a global powerhouse. Back in college, she was the shy kid in the back of Jack's study groups, hanging on his every word while he never noticed her. She'd scribble his name in her notebook margins, too scared to speak up, but smart enough to catch his mistakes before he did. Now, years later, she's tracked him down not by chance, but because she saw his name on a delivery log for her company, and those old feelings came rushing back like a tidal wave. That coffee shop moment? It's a disaster. Jack's humiliated, thinking Claire's there to pity him, some rich lady slumming it to gawk at his fall. "I think you're mistaken," he snaps, his voice low, dangerous. "We don't know each other." Lily looks up from her drawing, all big eyes and innocence, and says, "Daddy." She knows you. She looks at you like Mrs. Thompson looks at her husband when he brings her flowers. The whole place hears it, and you can feel the tension snap like a rubber band. Jack grabs Lily's stuff, practically dragging her out, leaving Claire standing there, the weight of every stare in the room pinning her in place. By nightfall, the internet's got it billionaire rejection trending, with grainy phone videos and headlines like "Tech Queen Snubbed by Delivery Guy." Jack's life gets worse from there. The media paints him as some tragic nobody. Co-workers razz him during lunch breaks, pulling up that coffee shop photo where he looks small and Claire looks like a goddess. "Yo, Carter, you playing hard to get with a billionaire?" "Smart move," one guy laughs, and it cuts deep. Old college buddies guys like Derek Walsh, who always hated Jack's shine, start messaging out of nowhere. "Heard you're slumming it now, man." Guess Claire's into charity cases. Every word's a knife, twisting in Jack's pride, making him feel like less than nothing. Lily notices it too. Her dad's smiles don't reach his eyes anymore, and when she asks about the pretty lady, he just shuts down. Claire's not doing much better. Her board's freaking out about the PR mess. Her phone's blowing up with headlines calling her desperate, but she's not backing down. At a press conference, she steps up to the mic, all steel and fire, and says, "Yeah, I approached someone from my past. It wasn't a stunt, and I'm not sorry. I built my company on seeing value where others don't. Why should my heart be any different?" It's a mic drop moment, but privately, she's falling apart, haunted by Jack's anger, by the way he looked at her like she was the enemy. Then comes the gut punch. Jack's at a diner with an old roommate, Mike, who let slip that Claire funded a scholarship that kept Jack in school senior year after his dad's business tanked. Jack's whole world tilts. That degree, his one untarnished pride, the thing he thought he earned at it was Claire's money all along. He storms to her penthouse, rain-soaked and furious, banging on her door. "You bought me," he yells, his voice raw. "I was your charity case." Claire, in pajamas, looking small for the first time, tries to explain. "It wasn't pity, Jack. You were brilliant, you are brilliant. I couldn't let your future die because of bad luck." But he's not hearing it. "You made my life a lie," he says, and walks out, leaving her crying in her doorway, the sound chasing him down the elevator. Weeks pass, and Jack's a shell, going through the motions for Lily's sake. She draws families with 3 figures now, the third always with Claire's dark hair. One night, she hands Claire a letter at the grocery store, crayon scrawl that says, "Daddy's sad. Are you sad too?" Hugs help. It breaks Claire, who's been burying herself in work to numb the pain. She cries over that drawing, realizing she took Jack's pride when she meant to save his dreams. Meanwhile, Jack's at a community center, correcting a botched finance lesson on instinct, his old spark flickering back. He doesn't know Claire funds the program, doesn't see her watching from the back, tears in her eyes as she sees the man he used to be. The turning point comes at Lily's school play. Claire's there, holding daisies, invited by Lily in a sneaky serial aisle moment. Jack's late, slipping into the auditorium, and their eyes lock across the room, no words, just a shared ache. After, Lily runs to them, chattering about her flower costume, and when she sees Claire, she lights up. "You came. Over ice cream." Lily drops a bomb. "Miss Claire, do you have a boyfriend?" "Daddy doesn't have a girlfriend." "You could date." Jack's mortified, but Claire just laughs, soft and real, and says, "It's not that simple, kiddo." Lily rolls her eyes. Grown-ups always make it complicated. That cracks something in Jack. He starts seeing Claire differently, not as a billionaire playing games, but as someone who's been carrying a torch for him since college. At Claire's company gala, he's out of place in a rented tux, feeling like a fraud among the elite. Derek Walsh slinks over, smirking. "Quite the Cinderella story, Carter. Bet you've been banking on her crush since school." Jack's ready to snap, but Claire steps in, cool as ice. "Derek, how's that SEC audit treating you? Heard they're digging deep." Derek scurries off, and Claire whispers to Jack, "Partners stick together." That word partner shits him like a warm wave. On the balcony, away from the glitz, Jack lets it out. "I love you, Claire. Not your money, not your power, just you. The girl who color-coded her notes and saved my degree because you believed in me." She's crying, laughing, kissing him, and it's like the world finally makes sense. 6 months later, they're married in a park, Lily tossing petals like confetti, her latest drawing pinned to their fridge. 3 figures, a house, a heart, and the word forever. But here's the thing, what does forever mean when the world's watching, judging, waiting for you to fail? Can love really bridge that gap between a delivery truck and a penthouse? I think it can, but I want to hear from you. Drop a comment. Have you ever seen love beat the odds like this? Or is society too quick to tear it down? Share your stories, your thoughts, and let's keep this conversation going.